Hello my dear students, I am Rifna, your new chemistry teacher. So let's learn chemistry. During this pandemic days, this is the only way that we can meet. Hope that we will meet soon. Stay safe in your home. Okay, let's start to learn chemistry. Before start learning chemistry, you should by heart elements, names of elements and its atomic number, at least up to 30 atomic number. So when you come to next class, you should by heart the names of elements up to 30, minimum 30. Okay, you can by heart above that, other than that. Okay, then if you have any difficult to by heart it, you can by heart it through songs, by making it as a song. For example, hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon. So you can choose any way to by heart it. Okay, then let's start the chapter acids, base and salts. You have already learned it from previous class. So I am just going through it. What is acid, base and salt? You know, you are all using acids and bases in your daily life. The vinegar that we use in our kitchen it is an acid. Then the acid present in lemon, citric acid, you know that. Then acid present in apple, malic acid. That these are the acids that we using in our daily life. There are some other acids that we using in our daily life. There is also bases that we are using in our daily life, which are baking soda, washing soda, etc. are the bases that we use in our daily life. Then we are going to the basic characteristics of acids and bases. What are the general characteristics that acids and base have? Acid has sour taste. What about base? It has bitter taste. Then you have already learned in your previous class that the litmus paper change its color in the presence of acid and base. In acid, which litmus paper change its color? Yes, blue changes to red, isn't it? Yes. Then coming to base, red litmus changes to blue. You all know that. Then litmus paper, it is the indicator, natural indicator that we use to detect the presence of acid and base. There are some other indicators that we use in our daily life, the natural indicators. For example, turmeric, it is a natural indicator. For example, when a stain of curry, when there is a stain of curry in your dress, when you are washing, when you apply the soap in it, it will turn to yellow to dark red. isn't it? Yes, that the turmeric will change its color in the presence of bases. Soap is a base, isn't it? Yes, in the presence of base, the yellow color changes to red color, reddish brown color. Okay, then there are some other natural indicators. Hibiscus, petals of hibiscus are used to make natural indicators. Then in other hand, there is synthetic indicators. Which are the synthetic indicators? Phenolphthalein, methyl orange, you all heard it. Okay, so we are going to check what happens to some acids and bases when we check with the indicators. Okay, there is a table given in your textbook. We have to take solutions like hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, acetic acid, sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide and ammonium hydroxide. We have to check what happens when we use red litmus paper, blue litmus paper, phenolphthalein and methyl orange. Hydrochloric acid. Sulfuric acid. Nitric acid, acetic acid, sodium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, then potassium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide and ammonia hydroxide. Okay, then let's see what happens when we use red litmus paper. I am doing just one example. These are the hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, acetic acid. These are acids and these are bases. So we have to do only one. I am using universal indicator. pH, I am using pH paper, not the litmus paper. Yes, if it is a blue litmus paper, it turns to red. If it is a red litmus paper, it never turns the color. So for hydrochloric acid, red litmus paper has no color change. For blue litmus paper, it will change its color to red. there is color change. Then phenolphthalein. Then methyl orange. Phenolphthalein is a synthetic indicator which give color in only in bases. It gives pink color in bases. So hydrochloric acid is a acid. So if it is it give pink color? No. Then in the case of methyl orange, it will give a brick red color in acids, and so in hydrochloric acid it gives color. Then sulfuric acid, it is also like this. Changes to red. Orange color, methyl orange color changes to red. Also in the case of nitric acid, acetic acid is also like this. Then comes to sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide is a base. So let's do it. This is sodium hydroxide. So I am going to dip the pH paper in. So it is in blue color. So if we use red litmus paper, it turns to blue color. But when we use blue litmus paper, there will be no color change. In the case of phenolphthalein, phenolphthalein gives pink color in base. Gives pink color. When we use methyl orange, it will not change its color in base. Okay, this is the same in these bases too. So note it in your science diary. Okay, then there is another indicators also. We have already said that natural indicator, synthetic indicator. Then there is olfactory indicators. That in these cases they change color in the presence of bases and acid. So due to color change we can detect whether the solution is acid or base. Olfactory indicators is that it can change its smell in the presence of acid and bases. That is olfactory indicator. Examples are vanilla essence, olive oil, then onion, not olive oil, clove oil, onion. These are the olfactory indicators. For example, vanilla. Vanilla has a special smell, isn't it? It has its smell in acids, but its characteristic smell will not be there in bases. When we add vanilla essence to a base, there will not be its characteristic smell. So these are the olfactory indicators. Then now we are going to study the reactions of acids and bases. First is reaction of acid and bases with metals. You all know the metal elements which are there. There are so many metals in the periodic table. Zinc, magnesium, sodium, potassium, iron, gold, etc. are the metals present in the periodic table. So let's see what happens when we add acid and bases with the metals. This is a 4 and this is a test tube. I am going to add dilute hydrochloric acid to it. Let's see what happens when I add a metal to it. I am going to add the metal. Zinc metal to it. Small bubbles are coming in the test tube. What is this bubble? What is forming here? Yes, this is the hydrogen gas. There is an experiment given in your textbook in page number 19. It is not possible to do from here. That's why I am not doing here. Figure 2.1, that is when we add zinc granules to hydrogen dilute sulfuric acid. Here it is taken that sulfuric acid. When we add zinc granule to the sulfuric acid, a gas come to here. This is a soap solution. And we can see that there is a bubbles forming. These bubbles are hydrogen. When we lit a candle near to the bubbles forming, we can hear that a pop-up sound will burning of hydrogen gas with a pop-up sound. That is, hydrogen can burn by itself. So when we add any metal to any acid, hydrogen gas is formed. When we add any metal to acids, hydrogen gas is formed. We can choose any acid and any metals. Instead of zinc, we can use magnesium, potassium, etc. Then acid plus metal gives a salt and hydrogen gas. There it form a salt with hydrogen gas. Okay. Then coming to base, it is not actually doing here. Like this, like what we done with the acid, we can do it with the base also. Take some base, which can be sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, anything you can choose. Take some sodium hydroxide, 2 ml of sodium hydroxide, and put some zinc metal to it, then warm the contents of the test tube and repeat the rest of the steps in the activity 2.3 and record your observation. They are saying to do the activity like this. So what happens is that there also produce hydrogen gas. The reaction take place is when we add base, that is here it is choose sodium hydroxide plus metal, here it is choosed zinc in solid state, this in aqueous solution, then gives a salt and hydrogen gas. Here the salt is sodium zincate. Then so we can say that base can also produce hydrogen when reacting with the metal. But remind that all bases never form hydrogen when it is reacted with the metal. Only some bases form hydrogen gas when reacting with the metal. But in the case of acid, when we add any metal to the acid, it produce hydrogen gas. That in the case of base, it is not like that. Okay. Okay, this is the reaction of acid and bases with the metal. Then the reaction of metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates with the acids. We are going to discuss about reaction of acids with the metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonates. There is an experiment given in your textbook in page number 20, figure 2.2. That is, a test tube is fixed on a stand and adding sodium carbonate. It is a metal carbonate. Sodium is a metal and its carbonate is sodium carbonate. And when we add acid, dilute hydrochloric acid to it through a thistle funnel, what happens? A straw is connected to it, and the gas coming through the straw is collected in a test tube. So we add sodium carbonate and dilute hydrochloric acid, and a gas formed through it. It is collected in a test tube containing calcium hydroxide. What happens? Record your observation. What is happening here is the calcium hydroxide turns milky color. Why? So calcium hydroxide turns milky color in the presence of carbon dioxide. So there formed is carbon dioxide. When any metal carbonates react with the acid, there form carbon dioxide. Its equation is given in your textbook. Just go through it. Na2CO3 plus 2HCl gives 2NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. CO2 is formed there. Then in test tube C, when we add this with NaHCO3 plus HCl gives NaCl plus H2O plus CO2. And when we pass this coming carbon dioxide to a test tube containing calcium hydroxide, it turns to milky color and there formed is CaCO3, calcium carbonate is formed there. That's why it appears in white color. So when we add this, again carbon dioxide is added to the white. Carbon dioxide is coming continuously. So after forming calcium carbonate in this, on again adding carbon dioxide to this white precipitate, it forms another salt. Here it is its reaction, equation of reaction is given. So limestone, chalk, marble are different form of calcium carbonates. All metal carbonates and hydrogen carbonates react with the acid to give corresponding salt, carbon dioxide and water. So that's all about today's topic, that is when acid and base gives different colors in different indicators. Then when acid react, the reaction of coming to reaction of acid react with the metal to form hydrogen gas. Then and also some bases give hydrogen gas when react with the metal. Then metal when acid react with the metal carbonates, it form carbon dioxide, and also when it react with the metal hydrogen carbonates, again it form carbon dioxide. Okay, hope you understood. Let's wind up. So let's meet in next class. Okay, thank you.